looking at the boundary between the beans farm that has already been harvested and the cassava farm. And the plantain farm, I mean to say. You see that I'm even calling cassava farm as if actually we planted cassava here. We did not plant cassava, but God has been very merciful to us. I guess that was why here you can see that the farm itself has been covered with cassava. Look at the sticks and the height, you know. I'm just taking a walk inside the farm now. You can see, look at the cassava stems. You see how big it is. So this is it. So we'll see. So I'm going back to the boundary of the farm between the cassava, the plantain, and the beans farm which we've harvested. So from now, we at least like this empty space now, which we've already harvested beans on. From we have to at least plant, the continuation of the plantain down. We're taking it inside. So this still in the boundary between the plantain farm and our beans farm. So here it is. We are still walking around the boundaries. So this is still the boundary. You can see this is cassava stems, which is supposed to be in the boundary. Here is the boundary. Here it is. You see. So the okra we have has already dried off. You can see this is supposed to be an okra. So what exactly this is, like this dried one now, we can get the seed which we have to plant again, So it's, because we planted it on the boundary between the plantain farm and the beans farm before. But now, we've harvested the one we're supposed to be, we need to harvest. Then we left few so that at the end of the day, we have them to at least, make use of, in our next season of planting. These are the dried one we have here. So we are still on the boundary. I have not gotten inside the farm, but still moving around the boundary just to show you where the plantain farm and the beans farm, the boundary they have between. I'm just trying to walk around the boundary within the farm. So maybe later, if there is any need, I will have to move around the farm, move inside the farm and show you the whole thing. So still moving around the boundary. So the boundary between the plantain and the beans farm. So here it is. So already we are pumping water because we need to pump water because we need to, spray the farm. Because of the dry season. We're already in dry season now, and the sun, the temperature is very high. So we need to at least, beans normally he needs enough water to at least, sustain it and make it, produce properly. So we have a borehole inside the farm, so which we normally pump water to at least, spray the crops. So this is it. This is the farm, So we are still in the boundary, moving around the boundary of the farm between the plantain and the beans farm. So, though we still have, you can see, if you can look at it now, we still have cassava that germinated in the beans farm before as well. And actually, we didn't plant cassava because where we plant cassava is different from here. But you can see that we have sufficient cassava to sell at the end of the day, because normally, actually, there was before we acquired the property, there was the first farmer owner of the land, planted cassava before. So I guess, cassava stems is that it's a miraculous stems, which even when you cut them and harvest the cassava, you see that it will still produce even when you did not plant them. So I guess this is how we were able to at least, get all these cassava you can see in the farm. So I'm still moving around the boundary. This is it. You see, here is the plantain farm. You know, you can see because we have workers who has been working, tirelessly, just to make sure that at the end of the day, the farm, give out a good product. So this is why you see that everything the way it is. That is why you can see them. They are just, looking good, because there are workers who feel that at least, even though they are being employed to at least work, they at least do it just as if the property belongs to them. So with all their mind, all their heart, to at least get the job properly done. So we are still moving around the boundary, as you can see. Here is where we are coming from. So we are moving the camera around so that you can see. So we almost get to the boundary of this side of it. So this is still the boundary between the plantain and the beans farm. So here it is, as you can see. Still plantain. So you can see now, here where I'm standing now is the boundary between me and this other person that owns this cassava farm. So here is the boundary. So I will have to stop it here so that I'll be able to at least move around again, because I don't want it to be too long.